Because if you allow these statements to continuously come out of your mouth, you will never get anywhere. What's going on, fam? Welcome back to another episode of the Wake Up with the Wolf podcast. I'm excited. All right, today we're going to be talking about 3 statements that will hold you back from building your business, from achieving your goals, from losing weight, to becoming the person you want to become across the board. Okay, these 3 statements are fucking cancer. And that's why I want to break them down today. All right. Now, I am going to say on this podcast episode, because I don't really want to waste any time today. I just kind of want to get right into it. So I'm not going to do too much fluff talk. But I'm going to say at the beginning that if you are a sensitive person, you might as well just tune the fuck out. Just tune out right now. Turn me off. Don't listen to me. All right. End the live stream. Leave Spotify. Leave Apple Podcasts. Because I'm guaranteeing that if you're a person who's always utilizing excuses, if you're a person who isn't where they want to be in life, if you're a person who's lazy, you're probably saying one of these 3 things right now consistently, and you're not going to like what I have to say about them. All right. These are 3 statements that will always hold you back. All right. And as a lot of you guys know, my content is very no excuses driven. No excuses driven. And it's because I fucking hate excuses. I hate excuses and justifications for where people are in life. It drives me mental. There's nothing that gets me more amped up. All right. I love seeing people succeed. I love seeing people take their goals to the next level. I love seeing people embrace who they truly fucking are. I feel like that's such a beautiful thing when you see somebody step into their own light, when you see somebody step into their own power. I don't think there's anything better. All right. It's such a fucking beautiful thing to see. But on the flip side of it, I fucking hate, and I don't use that word very lightly. I'll joke around sometimes, but there's a burning passion behind me saying this statement right now. Excuses and justifications for where people are in life. All right, it drives me mental. All right, and before we get into the actual 3 statements, all right, before we get into the 3 main statements that I'm always hearing that are always holding people back, I want to tell you guys why I have this mentality. I want to give you guys a little bit of a background on this and why I have this mentality to kind of bring this podcast together. All right, to bring this live stream together. Number 1, all right, I was raised in Thunder Bay, Ontario. Now, whenever I usually say this, people take it as I'm bragging about how shitty Thunder Bay was when I was growing up or anything like that. But I'm not going to say I was part of fucking gangs or anything like that, or I dealt with a lot of crazy shit, because that would be a lie, 100%. I went through a lot of shit on my own, but I wasn't a part of a gang or anything. And the concept, or I guess context behind that is, again, I grew up in Thunder Bay, Ontario, and it was the murder capital of Canada. A lot of people are very shitty there. A lot of people are only looking out for themselves. And a lot of people literally only have the hobbies of drinking, doing drugs, and making excuses for why they aren't where they want to be in life. One of the main trends that I've never understood in Thunder Bay is let's grind all winter. Let's work our asses off at work. Let's make a decent amount of money. And then all summer, we're just going to quit our job and we're going to go on EI and we're just going to collect payments and drink like crazy. That's a huge trend. It's literally, I've seen so many people do that shit. It drives me mental, and I don't understand why they would fucking do it instead of just making more money so they could get out of the place that they hate. It's a mentality I've never understood. And the reason why I'm explaining that to you is I was around exactly what I've hated for so long: excuses and justifications for why people are where they are in life. People making excuses for why they haven't been able to get out of Thunder Bay when they're doing that EI thing. People making excuses and justifications for why they haven't been able to achieve their dream job when all they do every day is drink. All right. So I grew up around that shit from when I was super young until 19. I think I moved out to Calgary when I was 19 years old. So it's something that I'm very, very common to. I used to be that motherfucker. I used to be that guy who'd only ever drink. I used to be that guy who was addicted to Percocets and only ever wanted to fucking party. So again, I was raised around it. But, all right, when I say raised around it, my parents didn't raise me that way. And I've talked about this a lot. A lot of my clients have heard me speak on this subject. A lot of people very close to me have heard me speak on this subject. My parents, I've never been super, super close. Until the last year, I would say, year and a half, we've gotten way closer. And it's because myself as an adult to let go of a lot of things, let go of a lot of anger that I had as a kid. So I could not only mentally grow, but I could grow the relationship with my parents. So I wasn't raised around the excuses, etc. And I didn't really love how I was raised. But let's straight up, I wasn't allowed to give excuses as a kid. I wasn't allowed to walk that path as a kid. I wasn't allowed to, quote unquote, utilize excuses to justify what was happening as a kid. I was fucking told to bust my ass and shut the fuck up. All right. And even though I didn't love the relationship me and my parents had, even though I didn't love the way I was raised, and again, there was a lot of things that kind of messed me up, I also got to give it to my parents, because it wasn't for them, I wouldn't be the fucking person you guys are hearing today. I wouldn't be the person speaking to you guys right now. I wouldn't be the person who has seen the success right now. All right, because they pushed me to never make excuses. They pushed me to never try to justify why I've been fucking lazy and why I haven't been able to achieve my goals. They just pushed me. All right, and again, I wanted to start with that because a lot of people see success, or they see a statement being broken down, or they see something being explained, and they always like to pass judgment first without knowing what that certain individual has gone through. And I'm not going to go super in depth here, because that's not the concept of this podcast. The concept of this podcast is to stop utilizing the 3 statements I'm going to explain to you in a minute. All right, but I wanted to start with the growing up thing, because I've seen it literally so much, guys. It makes me sick. You have no idea how much wasted fucking talent I've seen stay in Thunder Bay. There's people I fucking love there that would be unimaginably successful right now if they would just commit to their talent and leave. But they'd rather just drink and do nothing. They'd rather drink, do nothing, and then make an excuse of why they're still stuck there. Make an excuse of why they can't get out. Make an excuse of why they need to stay. Justify their fucking actions, even though, again, they're working all winter and then taking EI to just drink all summer. All right, people usually fall into this fucking hamster wheel of bullshit that they spin to themselves because it's too hard to admit that they've just been getting in their own way, and it's hard for them to see success. And the reason why I fucking hate this concept and these excuses and these justifications is because it turns you into a victim. You guys need to realize that excuses and justifications make you relinquish your power. If you're listening to this on the live stream or even on the audio only version, I want you to write that down, and I want you to understand that mentality, that concept for a second. Excuses and justifications make you relinquish your power. Because if you're always making an excuse of why you can't lose weight, your mind's going to start thinking you actually can't lose weight. Because you're giving up your power. You're putting it in your brain that's physically fucking impossible. If you're always making a justification for why you're fucking broke and you can't get out of it, you're always going to be fucking broke. Because you're going to cement it in your mind about why you can't get out of it. Do you guys understand this concept right now? Do you guys get what I'm breaking down? The more you give excuses and justifications, the more you relinquish your power, and the harder it is for you to push out of that shit. So after that little ramble, that rant, that breakdown, that explanation, let's get into the 3 statements. Let's get into the 3 main things that are probably going to give you a little bit of an eye open or piss you off. All right, let's get into the 3 statements that will always hold you fucking back if you are consistently saying them. Number 1, I talked about this on my newest TikTok today that is actually doing pretty well, seeing that since I posted it this morning. And it is the statement, it's not that easy. That's number 1. All right, there's not a more important one or a more intense one, guys. These are just the order I put them in. All right. The first one I want to talk about is the statement, it's not that easy. All right. The other day I talked about how your mentality dictates your reality. Not my quote. Somebody shared it with me and I fucking loved it. So I made a video on it. And somebody commented on the video saying, yeah, it's not that easy, bro. No shit. It's not that fucking easy. It's not that easy to lose 50 pounds. It's not that easy to build a 7-figure business. It's not that easy to block out the negative toxic thoughts. It's not that easy to cut out the negative people. No fucking shit. Nobody said it was going to be. Nobody said it was going to be easy for you to achieve your goals and for you to be able to take that next step in life. Ever. No one has ever said it's easy. But guess what? If you want to achieve that thing, you got to do it fucking anyways. So instead of complaining about how it's not that fucking easy, shut the fuck up and grind. Right? By utilizing that statement, it's not that easy, you're relinquishing your power. Because mentally, you're not even going to get started in the first place. You're like, man, it's not that easy to build a 7-figure business. And you're just going to keep saying that and keep saying that and keep saying that. And then 9 months down the road, 2 years down the road, 5 years down the road, when everybody else has been growing, you're just going to be sitting there fucking complaining. Straight up. Second statement. That's easier said than done. This is another one that drives me fucking crazy. Easier said than done. All right, I talked about the growth of one of my clients the other day. All right, on, I think it was a TikTok live, actually. I just basically broke down how our client was struggling mentally, came into the community, and then within 6 months, doubled their fucking business. I'm not going to talk about any names or anything like that because it doesn't matter. Somebody on the live stream said, well, that must be nice. It's easier said than done, though. Like, are you guys fucking kidding me right now? Of course, it's easier said than done. It's always easier said to be able to cut out negative people than actually doing it, because you have an attachment to those negative people. You have an attachment to your fucking friends that you've known since high school. But does it mean that you shouldn't be doing it? You should be cutting out these negative fucking toxic pieces of shit. Yeah, I'm getting savage right now, that are always holding you back, that are always talking negatively about you, that are always trying to drag you down. Obviously, it's going to be hard. Obviously, it's going to be hard. It's way easier said than done, because saying it is just saying it. Acting out the actual action is always fucking harder. It's easy to say that I can deadlift 700 million pounds. Guess what? I can't. It's easier said than done. That's a statement that drives me up the fucking wall. Those two first initial statements, guys, even though they are very similar, they are very, very different. All right. And both of them will hold you back immensely. So if you want to achieve your goals in life, you need to stop fucking saying them. All right. Unless you're adding one of those statements into a breakdown like I just did, cut that shit out of your fucking vocabulary. You should never be saying, well, it's not that easy, when somebody's explaining something that they achieved in life, or is saying that's easier said than done when somebody's trying to explain how you should take action on your goals or how you should do XYZ thing. Cut those two statements out of your fucking vocabulary if you want to be successful in life. Please. And then that, last but not least, is a very simple statement. A statement that all of us utilize. All of us. I've gotten very, very good at cutting this out of my vocabulary, but sometimes I let it back in, and then I beat myself up for it because I hate the way it makes me feel. And it's very simple. It's 2 words. It's not 2 words. Yeah, it's 2 words. Okay. I can't. Super simple. And honestly, the fucking worst 2 words that you could say. There's a cheesy ass saying. All right. And I didn't want to say it. I didn't know if I was going to say it on this live, but I'm going to do it anyways because I have to. All right. There's a cheesy ass saying that breaks down the person who says they can't and the person that says they can are both usually right. And it's super true. You guys have no idea how many people I see utilize that statement on a daily basis. I can't lose weight. I can't build my business. I can't cut out this negative person. And usually what comes after the statement of I can't is that justification. I can't cut out that fucking friend. I've known them since high school. Who gives a fuck? Your high school friend is a fucking asshole who's always trying to drag you down and always trying to discredit your goals and your achievements. So cut them out. Well, I can't lose weight because the gyms are closed still in my city because of COVID. Then work out at home. You guys, my journey is taking around 6 months of my fitness journey right now. And guys, I'm hitting every aspect, not just online fitness coaches today, because this is something that everybody needs to embrace. Everyone. In my fitness journey, it's taken 6 months for me to lose 20 pounds. Usually, I would be able to lose that way fucking faster, but I've been working out in a basement. All right, even though I own a gym in Kelowna, Iron Energy Gym, I've been working out in a basement in Alberta because the gym's been closed the whole time. Figure it out. Stop justifying your shitty ass fucking excuses. All right, I can't build a business because I just don't really know what to do right now. Are you kidding me? That's your excuse. That's your justification. You guys have no idea how many online fitness coaches I've heard say that. I can't build a business right now because I don't know what goes into it, or I don't understand it, or I just don't get the systems around it. Well, while you've been sitting around for the last year and a half saying, I can't build an online business because of fucking whatever bullshit reason, we've have 890 clients in the academy that have been building their business. If you would have took action instead of saying, I can't, or it's not that easy, or it's easier said than done, online fitness coach, you could have been building your business through the last three lockdowns in Alberta that closed down gyms. But a lot of personal trainers just sat on their fucking couch and complained about why they weren't able to work. Excuses and justifications are fucking cancer. And yes, we all say them. All right, we all have some part of our day, we all have something happen where an excuse or a justification will come up. That's fine. Okay, like it's gonna happen. But if you start to allow them to rule your life, if you start to allow them to dictate how you move through life, that's when it becomes a fucking problem. That's when it becomes something that you need to check. That's when it becomes something that you need to fix. Because if you allow these statements to continuously come out of your mouth, you will never get anywhere. You'll never achieve your fitness goals. You'll never achieve your business goals. You'll never achieve your relationship goals. Because you're not going to like who you see in the mirror, because you're never going to achieve anything, because you're always going to hold yourself back. These 3 statements are like cancer. It's not that easy. Easier said than done. Or I can't anything followed by a justification for your laziness. It's time to cut out the excuses. Because the truth is, you guys can do fucking anything. Anything. I grew up in Thunder Bay, Ontario. I left my house and then came back and forth through my house with a horrible relationship with my parents when I was 14 years old. I moved to Calgary, Alberta after basically just binge drinking and doing nothing with my life since 14 all the way till 19 in Thunder Bay, literally doing nothing. I was a Walmart stalker and I would skip work and just drink and binge drink and pass out in ditches. Left Thunder Bay to Calgary when I was 19 years old. From 19 to I think the age of 22, maybe 23, I was an iron worker and literally just binge drank and got addicted to Percocets, and it was fucking savage. I went through horrible times, did like a bunch of things that I regret. Then I got the opportunity to become a coach because I found fitness and everything changed. Now at 27, I'm married. I own my own home. I own a 7-figure business. I'm growing huge communities and followings on a daily basis. I own a gym. Guys, like anything is fucking possible. But if you allow yourself to move through life filled with excuses and justifications, guess what? Nothing is possible. Because you are going to be the thing that holds you back. Nothing else. It's all on you. Everything is your fucking fault. And the quicker that you realize that, the easier life will become. All right, I'm done. That brings us to the end of this episode of the Wake Up with the Wolf podcast. I appreciate every single one of you guys who showed up today. All right. I want to hashtag fuck excuses in the comments, shared on your social medias. I want that blasted everywhere today. I want to see it every single fucking place I look from anybody who listens to this stuff. Hashtag fuck excuses. Let's commit to a better life. All right. Peace. What's up, Clubhouse? How y'all doing?